No matter what season of life we find ourselves in, our tomorrow is very much shaped by the decisions that we make today. So in this season of heartbreak that you find yourself in, where you're trying to heal, every decision that you make is shaping your future. So today we're going to talk about some daily decisions that you can make that will give you the best bang for your buck on your healing journey and for your future. So join me right after this. Hey sis, welcome to Goodbye Heartbreak, Hello Healing. Are you hurt and confused after a recent breakup? Are you having thoughts like, I can't believe I'm here again. Why wasn't I enough for him? Or I'm never going to get married? Do you find yourself Googling how to get past the breakup or how to heal my broken heart? Do you start your morning feeling like you can finally breathe again, only to fall apart when you see a picture of your ex on social media? Hey sis, I'm Candace. I too was a single Christian woman who was heartbroken but still desired marriage. I too had numerous failed relationships and wished the right man would come along. I wanted closure from past relationships, healing for my heart, and I wanted to feel joy in my life again. But the truth is, I had no idea where to start or how to make any of this happen until I found the secret, partnering with God to heal from heartbreak. In this podcast, you will find tips for moving on after breakups, growing your relationship with God, and preparing for future relationships so that you will heal your heart and be ready to move forward into the life you desire. So turn off those heartbreak songs and turn me up in those earbuds. It's time to heal, sis. Hey sis, and welcome back for another episode of Goodbye Heartbreak, Hello Healing, where we heal from heartbreak God's way. I am so excited that you are joining me on today. I hope that you really enjoyed our Short Talk Tuesday episodes. Go back and listen. If you didn't listen all summer, go back and listen. They were really good. And I am also excited to get back to our regular formatted episodes. Before we get started today, I want to remind you to please subscribe to the podcast wherever you are listening, and please leave your 5-star written review on Apple Podcasts. It really helps the show and it helps others just like you to find the show. I'm also excited to remind you about my new program, the Christian Woman's Breakup Recovery Program, that I am launching soon. Right now, the doors are open. Enrollment has started for the waitlist only. And so you can still jump on the waitlist because they're going to have all week this week to go ahead and enroll. And the kicker is there's only 5 spots available, sis. So if you want to grab one of those 5 spots, go ahead. There's a link for you in the show notes. Get on that waitlist so that you can get in to get one of those 5 spots on today. And the doors just opened today. So go run, get on the waitlist. All right. But I just want to remind you that this is a pilot program, but sis, it is going to be so good. We will be meeting together for 3 weeks and really digging into this healing journey. All right. It's going to be so good. We're going to talk about grief. We're going to talk about healing basics. We're going to talk about letting go. We're going to talk about surrender. We're going to go through scriptures that apply to this season of your life. I am giving tools, tips. I'm giving away all of my knowledge, y'all, okay, in this program. All right. So these first 3 weeks we'll be piloting. Will eventually be an 8-week program. But again, we're piloting the first 3 weeks. All right. And so I am really excited. If you are someone who needs that added support, not just watching the videos and you haven't been able to do the one-on-ones, come on, get in this program. It's group coaching. So it'll be 5 of you ladies together going through these first 3 weeks. There will be a private Facebook group where you can jump in. You can get support. You can ask questions. You can post homework. Yes, we got a workbook, homework, everything. I'm telling you, sis, is going to be good. So go ahead. Again, there's a link for you right here in the show notes. All right. And if you're someone who's either, been out of a relationship for a long time, but you're still struggling to get past that hurt, that pain, you don't know how to let go of your ex, or maybe you're fresh out of a breakup, sis. Either way, come on, jump in the program and let's get started. We are going to be hitting the ground running starting September 22nd. But again, when those 5 spots fill up, that is it, sis. So get on that wait list. There's a link in the show notes for you to sign up and you'll get a link so you can jump on in. All right, so today we are talking about our daily decisions, talking about making the decision to get on that wait list so you can get in the program. But every day we are making decisions that will affect our lives. Again, no matter what season you find yourself in, every decision that you make today is going to affect your tomorrow. And when you really sit and think about that, it really can give you like a fresh perspective, but it really can sober you. It's like, wow, every decision I made, whether it was a big one or a small one, the smallest decision that you made on today, sis, think about that. The smallest decision you made will affect something in your life for tomorrow, something in your future. Okay. Every decision matters. And I want you to start looking, especially as you're on this healing journey, I want you to start looking at your decisions that way, that they are building blocks for your life and for your future. And so it matters what you say. It matters what you think, because those are also choices. And we're going to get into that. I have 5 daily decisions that will lead you to a better tomorrow. Okay. It will have great impact on your healing journey. So let's jump into that right now. The first decision, decide to do this with God. All right. Don't just be out here following this person, following that person, and they don't know the Lord, or you are trying to figure this out on your own. And it's like, you don't have to. That's the thing. You don't have to figure it out on your own. You don't have to do it the world's way. Partner with God in this healing journey. He is your source. He should be your source. If you are a Christian woman, he should be your source, and you should be plugged into him. You should be spending time with him and abiding in him and asking him for wisdom on how to move in this season, how to let go. You should be asking him to help you, to support you, to show you which way to take and what decisions to make. You should be asking him for the healing, because ultimately he is the one that's going to bring the healing. So I have, all types of resources to help you guys, but my resources will not heal you. They will help you. They will guide you on a journey. They will help you make the right choices. They will help you stay accountable. They will help you stay consistent. They will give you tips and tools that you didn't know you needed. And it's going to do all that. It's going to encourage you, and it's going to help you get to the right place. But the healing comes from God. As you have faith in him and you do your work, which is, the things that using the resources that I offer you, you put those two together, sis, you got it. Healing is yours. All right. And so the first decision is just to simply decide that you're going to do this with God. The second decision is to decide to read the scriptures. That is a very important decision to make. Number one, it supports the first decision, right? To do this with God, because how do you know how to move with God if you don't know God's character? How could you trust him, right? If you don't know that he's good, that he loves you, and he's a loving God, then why would you trust him in this process? If you don't know his way of thinking and his way of doing things, then how would you know how to move in this season? So read the scriptures. It will give you encouragement. It will give you peace and comfort, but it also gives you wisdom on what to do and how to navigate this season of heartbreak. Number 3, decide to go no contact with your ex. So this one's very important as well. It is very important, if you're going to heal, sis, that you don't hold on to the thing or the person that has hurt you or that you're trying to separate yourself from. If you're going through a breakup right now, if your heart is broken, but you're still trying to hold on to that relationship and your ex, you won't be able to do both. If you're holding on to your past, you can't have the future. Your hands can't be full of both. And so you have to be able to let go. And it's hard to let go. But the first step in that is deciding that, you know what, I'm going to do no contact. And you're saying, what's no contact, sis? That means no contact with your ex. Exactly what it says. No contact with your ex. No calling, no texting, no emailing, no unfollow him on the socials. Like, just as much as you can. And I know some people are like, I have kids and things like that. But as much as you possibly can, either eliminate or significantly reduce your interactions with your ex. That is very important if you plan to move on from this. The fourth decision is to decide to think positively. So I included this because the women that I've been working with lately, have really been struggling with this, really been struggling to focus on the positive versus the negative. And I know they're not the only ones. And it brings me back to that time where, yes, it's really hard to do that, right? And in Philippians chapter 4, verse 8, it tells us the things that we should focus on in order to have peace in our lives. And I get that from so many women. I just want peace. I want peace. I want peace. But what you think about matters. And so what you choose to think about and meditate on today affects your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings on tomorrow, right? And it's going to affect, like, if you keep feeding those thoughts, then those thoughts are going to become more recurring in your mind, right? Because that's what you're feeding. And you thought about this yesterday. And so you're going to think about it some more tomorrow and then some more the next day. And you have to make the choice to change your thinking. That means capturing your thoughts, right? Some things that we're going to talk about in this program that I am launching. And it's like, you have to learn how to capture your thoughts. You have to learn how to replace negative thoughts with positive thoughts. You have to learn how to pray. And it's not as simple as just praying away the thoughts. You have to make the choice. And it is a choice. And sometimes I know it feels like it's not, but that just means that it's difficult. It doesn't mean that it's impossible. So when it feels like I don't have a choice, these thoughts keep coming up, they keep coming up. Yeah, but that's what it means to capture them. Don't sit there and continue to think on the negative things, the things that are weighing you down, that are causing you anxiety, that's causing you to be depressed. Choose to replace those thoughts with scripture. Choose to replace those thoughts with positive affirmations. All right. So that is so important. And then the fifth thing is simply this, is decide to heal. All right. Healing is also a decision that you have to make, because some people especially if you've been here for a long time. Okay. If you've been out of that relationship for a while, you've been stuck in the same place for a long time, then it's even harder for you to actually let go and move on. But again, it's not impossible. And so you have to make the choice. And the sooner you make this choice, the better. Make the choice that you want healing, that I want to heal. No excuses. I want healing. I will heal. There's no excuse in that. And I want to read a scripture to you. And I've used to read this a lot to every woman that I started coaching with. The first session is always asking that question of, do you want to heal? Do you want healing? And they're like, yeah, of course I want healing. But do you really? Do you believe it's possible for you? And it brings me back to John chapter 5, where Jesus goes to see this man at the pool of Bethesda. And he's been there for a long time. Okay. He's been there, I think 30 something years, but I'm trying to find the scripture real quick so I can read. Jesus comes to him. And he says, verse 6, chapter 5, verse 6, when Jesus saw him lying there and knew that he already had been in that condition a long time, he said to him, do you want to be made well? Now, again, I'm asking women this and they're like, yes, of course. But some people, when they really stop to think about it, they're like, yes, but. Okay. And that's where it gets you. That's what you're interrupting your faith when you say, but I have this and I can't do this. And I have these thoughts and I can't forgive him. And he did this to me and he did that to me. And I have been there. I remember saying that, but I can't forget, but I can't forgive, but I can't, but. When Jesus asked this man, do you want to be made well? The man answered, sir, I have no man to put me into the pool when the water is stirred up. But while I am coming, another steps down before me. And I can imagine Jesus looking at him like, dude, I didn't ask you that. Like, I just asked you, do you want to be made well? And he's looking at us the same way. Do you want to be made well is the question. Do you want healing is the question. And if we could just say yes, and put a period behind that, make that our statement. Yes. Yes is a full sentence. Okay. It is a statement on its own. It doesn't need anything else. It doesn't need a comma with a but or an excuse. Just say yes. Yes, God. Heal me, God. Yes, I want healing. Like, that is it. And that is all that you need. So make that choice. I am healing. I am going to do whatever it takes to see healing, to be made whole, to move past this, to let go of my ex, to let go of that relationship. I'm going to do what I have to do. All right. So those are the 5 things, sis, the 5 daily decisions. And I said daily because you can't make these decisions once and think they're just going to stick the entire time. If it does, good for you. But for probably 99.9% of people in the world, you have to make these decisions every day, sometimes multiple times a day. You have to decide that, one, you're going to do this with God, because it's like, oh, something else comes up and it's like, oh, let me try this instead. But just stick with God, sis. 2, decide to read the scriptures every day. Make that decision. I'm going to pick up my Bible app, my physical Bible, whatever it is, and I'm going to read them scriptures. 3, decide to go no contact with your ex. It's a choice every day, and this is probably one that you would have to make multiple times a day, because the opportunity will come up, or the feelings will come up, triggers will come up where you want to hear his voice, you want to talk to him, you want to see him. Resist the urge, sis. Decide no contact and stick to it. 4, decide to think positively. Again, those negative thoughts might just kind of just flow into your mind, but as soon as you recognize them, stop them, interrupt them, and go with the positive thoughts instead. And then 5, decide to heal and decide that that is your birthright. It's yours. God's offering it to you, and all you have to do is say yes. All right. And so make that decision, sis. And if healing is the decision that you're making on today, remember, my breakup recovery program would be perfect for you if you are making that choice, because I will be there. You'll be able to have me as your coach, other women walking alongside you for multiple weeks, just meeting together once a week, but you'll have homework. You'll have ways to apply what you have learned. You'll be able to work through some of these things, and you'll be able to ask questions. You'll have the support that you need to actually see the progress that you want to see on your healing journey. All right. So use that link in the show notes to get on the wait list now. Again, I only have 5 spots available, so I don't want you to miss that. All right. I love you so much, sis, and I will talk to you again real soon. Bye. Hey, sis. Listen, if you have been blessed, changed, or inspired by this podcast in any way, please subscribe to the podcast and leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. This is the #1 way that you can thank me and show support for the show. Also, if this podcast blessed you, don't keep it to yourself. Do a quick share and bless someone else. Please know I am so grateful for each and every one of you, and I would love to hear from you. Come connect with me and other like-minded individuals in my Facebook group called Christian Women Overcoming Heartbreak and Finding Purpose. I can't wait to meet you back here really soon. Until then, remember to love the life you have while you're making it better. Love you, sis.